Welcome to the Georgia Virtual College Fair. Before we get started with our presentations this evening, just a few quick housekeeping items. The first is that you are welcome and encouraged to ask questions of any of our attendees at any time utilizing the Q&A button. You're welcome to ask questions to specific presenters or general questions to any of our panelists. Also, please remember your camera and microphone are off, so panelists will not be able to see or hear you during the presentations. And feel free to sign up for additional sessions at the same site where you signed up for this evening session. And about 1 week from today, a recording of this session will also be available on that same registration website. Without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our first panelist this evening, which will be Berry College.
All right, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shakara Boswell. I'm one of the admission counselors here at Berry College, and I'm super excited to share with you some great information about our institution. So I'm actually going to show a video here. It doesn't have any words or anything, but it will allow for you to get an idea of what our institution looks like. So Berry College is home we're located in Rome, Georgia, near the Northwest Georgia mountains, and we're home to 27,000 acres. So we're actually the largest campus in the world land-wise, where we get the opportunity to brag and say that we're larger than Disney World. They're 26,000 acres, but along with a beautiful large campus, we provide a well-rounded liberal arts education to our students, where you have the opportunity to dip your toes in a lot of different subject areas. Some of our top majors are animal science, pre-vet, pre-med, education, nursing, and business. But we offer over 42 different majors, 39 different minors. So if you want a double major, double minor, you have the opportunity to do that. Although we're the largest campus in the world land-wise, we are a small, tight-knit community with about 2,000 students. So class sizes are relatively small, on average about 18. You'll see that class size go up a little bit in your general education courses, but when you start taking classes geared towards a major, you'll see that class size go way down. So great opportunity to form great relationships with not only your classmates, but also with your professors as well, where they have office hours and you can go to them and see them outside of class. We are a residential campus where we do require our students to live here on campus all 4 years, unless they live within a 40-mile radius and they can commute. So we want to make sure we're keeping things vibrant and lively, so that way students don't feel bored or want to feel like they want to have to go home every weekend. So that's just a little bit about what our campus looks like. Something that really sets us apart is our Life Works program. So once a student is admitted, you have a guaranteed opportunity to have a job here on campus, and that job can be associated with their major. So it's 8 paid semesters of professional development. So you have the opportunity to build up your resume, have some great hands-on experiences. So by the time you graduate, you'll have a better opportunity of getting to the post-grad program you want to get into, or even getting a job after graduation. We have jobs associated with every major here on campus, and we have some jobs that aren't associated with majors. We have jobs from housekeeping and grounds crew all the way up to students that are in pre-law working with the legal team on campus, students that are in business and working with our Berry Enterprises, student-run businesses. So a lot of opportunity for that. Not only does it provide great hands-on experiences, but you also get paid for it as well. It's not a mandatory program, but over 80% of our students take part of it, and it's an absolute great opportunity. To apply to Berry, it's relatively easy. We're on the Common App, or you can apply to us through the Berry College application by going to berry.edu/apply. There's no application fee regardless of which option you use. Along with the application, we ask for your high school transcript. This year, we've made the decision to go test optional. So when it comes to making an admission decision and you receiving a merit scholarship, we're not going to be looking at the ACT or ACT, but you're more than welcome to send your scores and we'll celebrate that with you, but it's not going to play a role in your admission decision or a scholarship information as well. On average, students come in with a GPA between 3.5 to 3.7, but we don't necessarily have minimum or maximum requirements. If your GPA is below that, that does not mean you're not going to get into Berry, as we take a holistic approach when we review an application. Our November 1 early action deadline has passed. Students that have applied by then will, we've started sending out decisions, but you'll receive your decision no later than Christmas time. Our regular decision deadline is January 15th. to talk a little bit about financial aid. So tuition, room and board here at Berry is a little bit over $52,000 a year. That's our value of Berry, not what we're asking a family to pay. So once you're admitted, you're automatically considered for a merit scholarship. That's solely based off your GPA. That amount ranges from $8,000 all the way up to $24,000. If you complete the FAFSA, you can qualify for additional need-based aid, not only through the federal government, but also through Berry College as well. That amount ranges from $2,500 all the way up to $15,000. Then we have our institutional scholarships that you can apply to once you get admitted to Berry. You can apply for those. And then with you guys being Georgia residents, you'll receive a portion of that, with us being a private school. So if you qualify for Zell Miller, see a little bit over $5,600 a year. For Hope Scholarship, a little bit over $4,300 a year. And we also have the Georgia Tuition Equalization Grant, which is an additional $850 just for attending a private liberal arts school here in Georgia. And you can apply to any outside scholarships as well, and that will stack on top of your merit scholarship. So again, we're super glad that you tuned into this visit today, but we'd love to see you in person. We are offering in-person visits, and you can register for those by going to berry.edu/visit. And I know I threw a lot of information at you really quickly for a short period of time. So if you have any questions after today, this is my information. Email address sboswell@berry.edu. And you're more than welcome to call our office, and you can follow us on social media at Berry Admissions on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much, Barry. Up next this evening is going to be the University of Mississippi.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Slater, and I am the admissions counselor for Georgia for the University of Mississippi. Just a second. So I am the admissions counselor for Ole Miss, so I'll be able to assist you with anything, questions, or anything through the admissions or application process. Yeah, let's go through. So the University of Mississippi is affectionately known as Ole Miss. We were founded in 1848 as the flagship university of the state of Mississippi. We have a student enrollment of over 23,000 students, including all different counties of Mississippi, all 50 states, and over 90 different countries around the world. So we're a pretty diverse student body. 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio, there's lots of opportunities to get to know your professors and to build a relationship with them as well as your classmates. We're Carnegie R1 Research University, meaning a high level of research is taking place on campus. We have the state's own medical center in Jackson, Mississippi. And we've frequently won a lot of awards such as Most Beautiful Campus and one of the safest campuses in the country, which are things that we take great pride in. We also have a number of top nationally ranked programs, including School of Accountancy, which is ranked in the top 10 nationally for the last, I believe, 8 years. School of Business, all different programs. So we have some pretty high ranking programs. So Ole Miss is located in Oxford, Mississippi, small college town in the top part of the state. It's been called the cultural Mecca of the South, named a top college town. We have a number of different festivals throughout the year that bring people from around the country to visit, including our film festival and the Double Decker Bus Arts Festival every spring. We have a number of James Beard Award-winning restaurants and local boutiques and thriving nightlife. And we are only an hour away from Memphis, hour south. So even though we're a small town, we're close to a big city like Memphis, as well as several of the state parks and natural areas in the north part of the state. So we do have over 80 different undergraduate majors across several different academic units. Even within that, we have numerous other minors, emphasis areas, and specializations. And so there are many ways to customize a degree or plan of study. So that's one thing that I do like about Ole Miss, and that definitely can come in handy with us being a little bit larger university and having so many different programs, that there are lots of room to customize and make the degree really what you want. Even within that, we have the special programs, which add another layer onto your academic experience. And so our Honors College is a top ranking honors college program in the country. Every student who comes through that program and graduates having written a senior thesis and done a research project with a faculty or staff member in their area, which is something that can definitely be helpful for later on. I do want to note that all these special programs, that for any of these, they do require a separate application from the normal application for admission. And so if you are interested in any of these, we can talk more about that process and what it looks like. We have over 400 student organizations on campus with 31 Greek life organizations. About 40% of our student body is involved in sorority or fraternity life. And so if that's something you're interested in, we definitely have a strong presence there. However, that's not to say you still will certainly be able to find a community on campus and find your place, even if fraternity sorority life is not your thing. And so don't be discouraged by that number. We do have a first year residency requirement, meaning that all of our freshmen do have to live on campus the first year. We have several different types of residence halls and living learning communities to choose from, but that is a requirement. We have 2 campus recreation facilities, including a brand new state-of-the-art facility in the below picture on our south side of campus. And then we have a number of different traditions within Ole Miss, from our week of welcome to our spring concerts. We've had different famous people come and do our spring concerts. We've had, I believe, country star Luke Bryan, I believe, American authors, Fantasia. So we've had some notable people on campus, and that's always a fun tradition, fun spring event. We are an athletic school, so NCAA SEC Division I, with 16 different men's, women's athletics teams. And students can attend all the sporting events for free with a student ID, with the exception of football. That does require a student ticket to be bought, but it is much cheaper than normal football ticket would be. And even within that, we have a number of different traditions that are for our university, but also the athletic scene. So the top picture here is the Grove. It's a 10-acre space in the middle of campus that on a normal day, people might study or throw frisbee around between classes, but on game day, it turns into what's been called the Holy Grail of tailgating, with many thousands of people coming out and celebrating and getting ready for the game. So a little bit about financial aid. We do have one of our biggest awards for out-of-state students is our academic merit scholarships. Those are automatic scholarships based on your, you had to have at least a 3.0 GPA and either 25 ACT or 1200 ACT. And our timeline overall, so we are doing in-person campus visits several times a day, every day of the week. So definitely, if Ole Miss is even on your radar, come visit us. We'd love to have you on campus. We are test optional for admission for application, and you can apply on our institutional application or the Common App. It's a $60 non-resident application fee. And then beyond that, there's several other steps that we take later on. So while we don't have a hard deadline on our admission, definitely encourage you to apply sooner than later if you're interested. And this is my contact information. So if you have any questions about Ole Miss or want more information or want me to elaborate on any of this, please feel free to ask a question in the chat feature or to send me a message, email or text or phone call. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, University of Mississippi. Our next presenter this evening will be Wesleyan College.
Hi, my name is Madeline Skiba, and I'm a senior admissions counselor with Wesleyan College. And I'm just going to give you guys some information about the school, and my contact info is on the last slide if you guys have any questions. So we are located in Macon, Georgia. We're about 90 miles south of Atlanta and pretty much right between Atlanta and Savannah. We have a beautiful downtown area with a lot of shopping and restaurants. Our campus, everything is within walking distance, and we're also a residential college, so our students are required to live on campus unless they live within 30 miles. We do have an equestrian an equestrian center on campus as well, and it is within walking distance, and it's with our sports fields at the back end of campus. We also have an arboretum that has trails for walking, running. We have even a cabin out there that faculty and students can rent. So we have a lot of different options for our students. The admissions process is pretty straightforward. Our application is free. We're also on the Common App as well. This year we are test optional, so students do not have to have the SAT or ACT, their test scores to apply, and we do not require essays or letters of recommendation. You just have to fill out the application and then send in your high school transcripts. All of our students who are accepted are given a merit-based scholarship. It goes from $12,000 up to $15,000 based off of their GPA. 99% of our students receive some form of financial aid. We do take the federal aid as well, so like Hope scholarships, Pell, all of that. Undocumented students can compete for international scholarships, and we do also have premier full tuition scholarships our students can interview for as well. For our academics, we have 24 majors, 35 minors, and 9 pre-professional programs. The top 5 majors are nursing, business administration, biology, psychology, and early childhood education. The student to professor ratio is 13:1, and the average class sizes is about 15 students. Sometimes it's a little larger, and then sometimes it's a little smaller depending on the classes. We like to keep our students busy on campus, so we have 23 clubs and organizations. We also have academic support for our students. The Academic Resource Center really helps them with writing, tutoring, all of that kind of stuff. With the disability services, if a student has an IEP or anything like that, we have accommodations that we can use to help them. We also are really big on making sure everyone feels included on campus, and we have a lot of different support for our students to make sure everyone feels welcome. One of the big opportunities that we do have on campus is study abroad. We have a bunch of different places our students can go to. Some of them are listed there, and then sometimes there are different ones depending on the year. We also have scholarships for students so that they can study abroad, and sometimes they can even do it for their internship. You can do sometimes semester long, a week long, 2 week long, just depends on the program. We are NCAA Division III USA Southern Conference for our athletics. So we don't have scholarships for our athletic students, but all of our students do get some form of academic scholarship. We have softball, soccer, basketball, cross country, volleyball, track, and then we also have our equestrian program, and we have 2 equestrian teams. And you can also take lessons through the barn as well. One of the great programs we have is our career development program. They help students with resumes, cover letters, mock interviews, internships, all of that kind of stuff, doing a lot of networking. They also have a 4-year plan, and they start working with students from freshman year all the way to senior year. Because we are a smaller campus, students really get to, the faculty really gets to know the student, what they want to major in, and what they plan to do after college. We have a few different ways that you can connect with us. We have our virtual visits. You can set them up with admissions, financial aid, or a current student. We also have an online preview week that we will be hosting. And then we also have on-campus visits. You can do individual visits Monday through Friday. And then we have our preview days, and we do 2 a semester, and they're usually on the weekend. And if you guys have any follow-up questions, there's our contact information right there. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Wesleyan. I see that West Georgia seems like they were able to join us okay. West Georgia Technical College is up next if all of your technology is okay. Hi, Hannah. You're on mute there. Hannah, you're on mute.
I'm sorry about that. My name is Hannah Lyons, and I'm one of the admissions counselors at West Georgia Technical College. And this is Kimberly Fisher. She is the other counselor as well. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, a little bit about West Georgia Technical College, facts and figures. We have about 9,000 students plus on each campus. We have over 120 different programs of study. The really big thing about us is our job placement rate. It's a 99.7, and our student to faculty ratio is about 16:1. We were voted #1 in Georgia for adult education and #6 in Georgia for dual enrollment. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry. Don't know what our screen's doing here. Oh, okay. There we go. Our campuses, we have 5 different campuses with 3 other sites. So we have Carrollton, Coweta, Douglas, LaGrange, and Murphy. And our 3 off-campus sites are Greenville, Franklin, and the CEC, which is also in Coweta. So a little bit about what we have here to study. We have associate degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Okay, and we also offer the adult education program. So we also include that includes the GED program, which is free. So once you complete that, you can transition over to a traditional student. Our health and sciences department, that'll include a variety of programs from dental assisting, dental hygiene, medical coding, pharmacy, clinical lab, just to name a few. And some of these are actually a competitive selection, which that means that you have to compete with prerequisite courses and entrance exams to be able to apply to that program. So we do have School of Nursing here. It's on Coweta campus, LaGrange, and the Murphy campus. We also have Nurse Aid, which is a certification, and Registered Nursing, and LPN, which is practical nursing. Those 2 are competitive selection, as Hannah said. So that's a little bit of what we have. And to name a few of those competitive selection is the RN, LPN, medical assisting, rad tech, surgical tech, dental hygiene. And again, it's those few things that are a little bit extra that you have to do in order to compete. We also have the trade and technology. So if you're more of a hands-on learner and want like a trade and skill, we have a variety of those as well. Air conditioning, cosmetology, commercial truck driving, engineering, industrial systems, welding. So a good bit of courses to choose from. We also have Business and Public Services Division, and this just goes over all of the like accounting, business management, and technology, any of the computer information system classes, marketing, anything like that. We also have arts and sciences. So our general business is one of the programs that we offer or suggest if you just want to get your core classes and transfer out to a larger school. And you can also do general studies, and you can concentrate in a various areas like biology, psychology, sociology, and these are also transferable as well. We do have several articulation agreements with other colleges, such as the ones you see on the screen, University of West Georgia, GMC, Troy, all that. And just to name a few, we have the RN program that goes over to University of West Georgia. We have the fire science and the general studies, early childhood that goes to Mercer, and the general business. Dual enrollment, this is taking classes while still in high school. You can graduate college sooner. It's 100% free. And all you have to do is apply while in high school, submit test scores, and complete the funding application. Student life, we do weeks of welcome, mid-semester check-in, just to check in to see where you're at, where your status is academically. And then we also have several student organizations. We also have
including the Phi Beta Lambda, student government. So we do try to engage with our students across all of our campuses. We also have a career service department that helps with resume building, referrals to students for jobs outside of the campus, and the communities contact us for jobs available. So it's a really good opportunity, and we can help you secure that employment.
We do have campus police on all of our campuses. They are mandated so that students feel safe while on campus. And we also offer counseling services 24/7 with a licensed counselor.
We do have campus bookstores on all 5 of our campuses. We also have online ordering as well, and you can rent books and downloadable books. Academic and student support services, that's our advising center, and also our student success center, which would include the tutoring. And also, once you're admitted to the school as a student, you can see your advisor to make sure you're on track and taking the correct classes. Campus libraries, again, we have them on all of our campuses.
And our tuition, like you see on the screen, in-state tuition is $100 per credit hour, and about $321 in fees per semester. Out-of-state $200, and international is $400. We do have financial aid here. You do complete a FAFSA with that school code to see what you qualify for. And we have several different types of financial aid, as in Hope Career Grant, Hope Grant, Pell, stuff like that.
And then the quick admission steps is the $25 application fee. We'd also need your final and official high school or GED transcript, and your college transcripts as well, especially for your transferable credit. And currently we are not, Thank you. Test scores are admitted right now due to COVID, so we are not requiring that portion. And you can follow us on social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And if you need any questions asked quickly on our website, we do have a chat box on there.
And feel free to text an admissions counselor. Those are all the ones on each campus. But I'm Kimberly Fisher. This is Hannah Lyons. We're at the Carroll campus. So definitely reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much, West Georgia Tech. Moving on to our next presenter this evening, we will have Western Carolina University.
It literally comes down to
Good afternoon. My name is Madeline Hux, and I am a part of Western Carolina University. I'm one of the admissions counselors here. And I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Bob, to go over a few quick facts about Western.
Hello, I'm Bob Folsom. I'm a regional rep. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Bob.
Okay. I live in Gainesville, Georgia, and I recruit here in the state of Georgia. And I'll tell you some things about Western Carolina. We're located 52 miles southwest of Asheville, North Carolina, and 18 miles this side of the Cherokee Indian Reservation. And incidentally, we are the college for the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Nation. We are the westernmost school in the UNC system. We're actually closer to 6 state capitals than we are from our state capital of Raleigh, North Carolina. We have a little over 12,000 students. We have around 120 majors, minors, and concentrations. In 1995, we became the second college to have a body farm. Yes, we started a major in forensics in 1995, and so we're well known for that. Female to male is 57% female, 43% male. We have over 170 clubs and organizations, and we have what's called the Greek Village which has a little over 20 brick buildings on our campus. Something that I think is quite interesting is that freshmen can bring their cars to campus at Western Carolina. We are also, another thing, the cost to go to Western Carolina compared to a student from the state of North Carolina, for your books, tuition, activity fee, room and board, food, everything, it's only $3,991 more than if you were a citizen of the state of North Carolina. The reason why we're one of 3 schools in the state of North Carolina that is able, it can offer the NC Promise, the North Carolina Promise. The tuition, because of the NC Promise, is only $2,500 a semester or $5,000 a year. The total cost right now to go to Western Carolina is for the year $19,189. That includes books, tuition, activity fee, room and board, and food, and that doesn't even include FAFSA. So that gives you an idea there. The application fee is $65. We do require a high school transcript. And this last semester, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Madeline, but are we going to require SAT and ACT scores spring semester?
So for the 2021 applicants, we are not requiring the SAT or ACT scores for students who have not been able to take the test due to COVID. However, if you do have a score on file, we strongly encourage you to submit those just because it can make you a stronger applicant. As well, it can help you with scholarships and our honors college if that's something you're interested in. With your high school transcript, that can be self-reported for this year. And you can always just email that to us, include it on your application, or you can just give us a call or email us for more information about how to submit some of these items. Community college transcripts, if you are dual enrolled or if you're at an early college, we will need that transcript eventually. However, we do not need that in order to give you an admissions decision. So sometime in May or June, if you're applying for the fall semester, once you've graduated and you submit your graduation transcript, you'll also be able to submit that community college transcript so you can get credit for those courses that you've already completed. We do not require essays, resumes, letters of recommendation. However, you're more than welcome to submit those at any time. You can always just email those to us because there's not a spot on the application for us or for you to be able to submit those. So if you're wanting to submit any of those items, then go ahead and email us and we can provide you with that email at the end of this presentation. And I'll let Bob talk a little bit more about our application timeline.
I strongly recommend that you follow the guidelines. We have what's called early action. And if you get everything in on or before November 15th, and it's non-binding, it's not early decision, it's early action, then within a month, you should find out if you've been accepted or not. But you have to have everything in on or before midnight on November 15th. Everybody needs to make sure they fill out the FAFSA by the date there, January 1st. Fall regular application deadline is February 1st, and scholarship application deadline by February 1st. You can contact either one of us, Bob Folsom, and again, I live here in Gainesville. Madeline is on campus. We do virtual tours. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Madeline, but didn't we do our first open house a week or two ago?
We did just hold our first open house, and we are still looking forward to holding that again. If anything does changes, you will be notified if you have registered for the event. And our website will also be updated to let you guys know. But if you have any further questions, feel free to email the general admissions inbox as well at admiss@wcu.edu, or give us a call at 828-227-7317. Thank you all for meeting with us tonight. And if you have any further questions, just send us a message and we'll be happy to help you.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Western Carolina. And our final presenter this evening will be Wheaton College.
Okay, there we go. Awesome. Let me just move this real quick. So my name is Joanna Smith, and I serve as the admissions counselor here at Wheaton College in Illinois. I'm excited to share with you about Wheaton today. The only way I know how to share about Wheaton is to start with the most important thing about us. Since our founding in 1860, Wheaton has been committed to our motto, for Christ and his kingdom. So I'd like to show this video with you today.
Humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, faithful believers. For Christ and his kingdom, Wheaton stands at the forefront of Christian liberal arts education. Here, we facilitate an unparalleled journey for our students, bringing together deep faith and intelligence to pursue their most ambitious callings. At Wheaton, reaching God-given potential is never accomplished alone. From coaches on the field to professors in the classroom, we come together to make space for students to wrestle with timeless questions and pursue biblically informed, thoughtful wisdom as they pursue academic, artistic, and athletic excellence. We are one of the nation's colleges that change lives, because that is exactly what we do. We live, work, serve, and worship together as an educational community centered on Jesus and reflecting the beautiful diversity of his kingdom. It's collaborative, immersive, Christ-centered. Our enduring model, with twin traditions of quality academics and deep faith, along with a faculty of Christian thought leaders and a staff of dedicated believers, allows us to champion the true essence of the Christian liberal arts educational experience, continuing the legacy lived out by iconic thinkers and evangelical luminaries around the globe. Wheaton integrates and connects disciplines through Christian thought, diverse peers, and contemporary global context. Here, adventurous thinkers and faithful believers come together to create a mosaic of diverse backgrounds, beliefs, and hopes. It's a place of curiosity and conviction, a place to live out your values and pursue your ambitions. Except here, it's not only about what you can achieve. It's about who you can become. Living out our calling with heart and skill through Christ-centered leadership. At Wheaton, you don't have to settle. We call ourselves Thunder because, like thunder, the Wheaton Network is a force moving through him and for him to build the church and benefit society worldwide. Like rolling thunder, God's mighty voice calls us to be humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, and faithful believers for Christ and his kingdom.
So we are the leading Christian liberal arts institution in the country, and we offer a wide variety of majors through our College of Arts and Sciences and our Conservatory of Music. Studying the liberal arts gives you an opportunity to learn about a wide variety of disciplines, making connections across subject matter. We believe the liberal arts trains our students to think critically, problem solve, ask great questions, and write and communicate effectively, all of the skills that employers are looking for these days. I believe our faculty are one of our greatest strengths. They are experts in their field, but the best thing about our faculty is that they also love the mission of Wheaton. This means that they don't just care about only you as a student, but rather you as a whole person. So we do have a student body of 2,400 undergraduate students on campus, and this information is from our students starting in fall 2019. Comes from 41 states and nearly 40 countries. Of students from the US, 30% of students are of color, and an additional 16% of students are coming from the outside of the US, whether that be a missionary kid, third culture kid, or international student choosing to study in the US at Wheaton. This means you are going to be living and learning alongside peers from all over the world. So, our next steps to apply and visit, I encourage you to apply by our second early action deadline, November 15th, because you receive your admissions notification before Christmas and your application fee is waived. We have numerous opportunities to visit on campus and virtually. And so we have virtual information sessions and tours led by the same student tour guides that are leading the in-person on-campus tours. And also we have each month student perspective sessions where it's a panel able to talk with other current students about things like community, what is it like on and off campus, what is it during the times of COVID. So I encourage you to look out for those invitations. And so I look forward to sharing more about Wheaton and helping you through this admissions process. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to answering your questions. Thanks.
Hey, thank you very much, Wheaton, and thank you to all of our presenters this evening. We also want to thank all of our attendees who joined us for these presentations. Before we wrap up, just a few quick housekeeping items. When you close this window, you will receive a very quick 4-question survey that we ask that you take a minute and complete. We also want to encourage you to go ahead and sign up for additional sessions. And also a recording of this session will be available on that same registration website in about 1 week from today. But thank you to everybody for joining us, and to our attendees, good luck in your college searches. Have a good night.